Hey, clean up on R7. Have I heard of a silly little parody RPG called Franken? Never. Never ever. Crack. Yeah, it's just everything I get from America
Cheryl? Is that Cheryl?
costs, like, in terms of games, costs more than I expect it to. And shipping is also usually quite painful. Anytime I try and get anything NTSCU for, like, speedrun or even just having purposes, I end up usually taking a different route. Like, believe it or not, I have the NTSCU version of We Love Katamari, because that was cheapest, for some reason. But the only reason it was cheapest is because I got it from Canada. But for whatever reason, that version of We Love Katamari was cheaper to get a hold of than either the European or Japanese versions. Which surprised me. The command is being put to good use. Yeah. It was overprinted here for a while during the PS2 heyday? Perhaps. I'd believe that.
What is this?
But there seems to be, yeah, there seems to be a lot of them.
What's going on here?
Good. Wow. And with some of the SMT PS2 titles, SM2 didn't have a fucking Digital Devil Saga though, did it? Get the door!
What's that?
Mason, get the door!
Huh, radio. What's going on with that radio?
Hotwell dying, pretty quick dying. Not gonna lie, in terms of dying, that was very top tier death. Yeah, most of my my American-owned, like American-branded, American-region video games and consoles don't actually come from North America, because it's too expensive to import direct for some reason, which seems very odd to me. I'm not really sure how that works. Like, the story I tell everyone is that my actual, like, NTSCU American PS2 that plays the PS2 games that are American, I did not buy it from America. I bought it from South Africa. Like, literally just the country called South Africa. Which seems very on the nose for a country name. It's like if Portugal was just called West Europe. Hey, Rebel. Hi, J-Hobos. Hi. Thanks for the good luck. At least it's, I mean, yeah, it is accurate. It is easy to remember for exactly that reason, which is a huge boon to me as someone who otherwise cannot do African geography for fucking shit. Better than fucking West Virginia, which is west of nothing. And North Carolina, which is in fact actually on the coast. But not the northern one. Because there is no northern... I mean, there's kind of a northern coast, but... Either way, it's not where North Carolina is. Isn't it west of Virginia? You would think! Also, deeply cyclical place names. Like the fakest of states, the Dakotas. So, like, North Dakota, what are you north of? South Dakota. Oh, South Dakota, what are you south of? North Dakota. It's like a fucking shirt that says how to keep an idiot entertained, see other side on both sides. Shit. Way overturned. It's north of South Carolina, but it's not north of any... Ooh. It's annoying. It's annoying. So here we have the north of England, right? In England. And the north of England is, in fact, the northern part of England. It's the northern bit. It's mostly because it's not really one place. Kind of the new states? I know, right? Particularly, I find the existence of New York to be quite funny. Just because, like, regular York is still around. And is a perfectly functioning place. It's very picturesque, actually, but doesn't seem like it'd be that nice to live in. Sorry to anyone watching this who actually is from York. I could understand the meaning of New Hampshire, though. Hampshire needed an update. Or how about the states that share names with existing countries, so it causes all the Americans on Twitter to get confused. I liked recently that post about what was it, fucking Georgia making a move to become a member of the European Union. Cue all of the confused Americans being like, can they do that? And it's like, wrong Georgia. Other one. So just Georgia. Yeah, it's just called Georgia. That's just what it's called. Dang. I think there's one more, but I've forgotten what it is. Arkansas. Arkansas. Geography talk always lights the chat on fire. It's my favorite. Yo, please pronounce Hawaii correctly. I took a fucking... As I was reading the sentence, it occurs to me, I don't actually know if that's even close to correct. I don't think so. I've never thought about it before. Hawaii? That sounded wrong as well. You have no fucking clue how British Columbia came to be aside from massive mapping errors. Ah, it'll sort itself out, and then it never does. There is nothing more permanent than a temporary solution. Ask my doctor. A recent discourse in speedrunning has made me feel like I need to remake that fucking guide to GDQ submissions video I did a while ago. This will be the third time I've remade that, actually. But there's been a whole lot of talk about submissions lately again, and sometimes one sees the things float where it's like, even people who've been around for a while don't really seem to get how this works. Step 1, bribery. I mean, yeah, you can try that. Never worked for me, though. What? Mason, what the fuck? How did you miss that? That's crazy. Step 2, blackmail. But no, I don't know. It feels like knowledge of, like... how important the status of, like, being the record holder in your game in terms of, like, having the best time of people submitted, like, how important that is for your submission, does not seem well stated among lots of people. Like, people don't get it. I'm not sure GDQ would benefit from making it clearer either, so, like, it kind of has, like, it's gotta be me. Seems obvious when you say it out loud. Because, like, how many of you people think GDQ picks their runners based on personality? Or at least on entertainment value, as people put it. How many of you think that's true? Fuck. Because here's the thing, it's not 100% wrong, but it's not 100% right either. But it's all about the context of what you're submitting for. It's the balance between how good you are at the game spinning and how entertaining you are. Kind of, but here's the thing, is that how good you are is definitely the overriding thing here. Like, put it this way, if I submit Silent Hill 1, unless you have a better time than me in the categories I have submitted, you are not getting Silent Hill 1 off me. If you do have a better time than me, you might in fact get it off me. In fact, if you have a better time than me, you'll get it off me. I won't get it. I won't be able to get it. Because if you're wondering how, like, they break if two people submit the same thing, better PB wins every time. I have no recorded instances of this not being the case. And I'd like to think I would. You know, if they existed, but they don't. Yeah, if you submitted a category that no one else did, then, like, it's only localized to the category, not the game. So if they want you, and you picked a funny category that, like, only you've got a time in, then maybe you can get in. You can get in that way. Make up a category and submit. It works for randomizer players, so I don't see why it wouldn't work for everyone else. How go the runs? They go okay. The paces are fine, I'm just not really, like, the out of bounds is, like, not cashing the checks. I've gotten scammed on the out of bounds, like, 3 times now. That's Silent Hill 1. First time experience of this. Yeah, it's like that. I feel like people don't know that. I feel like people don't know that as much. Because, like, yeah, you can submit, but if there's someone who's got a better time than you in the games that you're trying to submit, then, like, you either need an angle or you need to just get a better time. Because otherwise, you're kind of just... You're not going anywhere. Like, you're just not. And there's no way to sort of make... I've had grown men get, like, irritated with me when I point this out. Because sometimes people do ask me, you know, oh, you know, what about my submissions? You know, why didn't these get in? And I tell them, you're 25th place. And they're like, why does that matter? I'm like, why? What the fuck do you mean, why does it matter? Why does it fucking matter? In essence, it boils down to get good. Kinda, yeah. I'm very surprised that counted. That's like on the absolute edge. It's a very easy way to cut down the submissions, rather than trying to sort of, like, decide based on touchy-feely things, you know, how entertaining is this person, and blah, 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 etc., etc. It enables them, you know, just, if you take all the submissions for a game and just cut them down to, like, the best time in the category they want, bingo bango, you can just shove everything else out the window. This assumes you're submitting for, like, a proper speed game, by the way. Like, randomizer people don't need to worry about this. That sounds like an insult. It kind of is, but, like, it's also totally clinical. Like, if you're submitting for, like, something goofy, like a randomizer or a ROM hack, or... You don't need to care. You don't have to worry about this. But if you're submitting for one of those, you kind of need to be sort of, like, of the in-crowd anyway, to be perfectly candid. So either you know and you... Either you know and you know, or you don't and you don't. So I wouldn't worry about that either. But otherwise, if you're submitting for anything, like, serious, then you need the time. You need the time to back it up. You could easily see a race between second and third getting in before a solo run by first. I've actually never seen even that happen. I've seen the reverse happen, where first place has crushed a race submitted by the people lower down the board. Ow. Let me just smack the fucking table. Maybe. I'm honestly, like, my strategy for getting in has been to, you know,
I disagree.
Run lots of things. And it seems to work for me. Drager, thanks for the Prime Gaming, the 2 months. But then again, I also have, like, competitive times in reasonably well-respected speed games, question mark, like Silent Hill. And Silent Hill 3, which I had record in when I did my runs. And Silent Hill 2, which I had record in when I did my run. Like, that was the thing. That was the reason I got in, is that at time of submission, I had the record. So if anyone else submitted those games, they just wouldn't get it, because I'm the record holder. Not anymore. That's kind of open field for anyone to take now. But still no one does take it. Or at least very few people take it. Yeah, races are actually harder to aim for than you might suspect. We pitched a race. Me and Zello pitched a race of Doom 64 and they did not take it. And back then we were, like, fairly well matched. Of course, now he's much faster. He's so fast. I cannot compete. Also, Doom 64 is very difficult. It is a challenging speed game. Also, it made me a bit loopy, because there's lots of things about classic Doom that are really random in ways that don't really make any sense. What do you fucking mean rocket splash damage is random? Why does it work like that? Fucking D&D ass formulas for my gun game. Yeah, there's other considerations, but, like, again, I think the splash damage is constant. It's the direct damage is random. I'm turning into a car. I'm going to vroom off. I don't think I'm getting that. No, fuck, that was bad RNG. That was really tough. I don't think I did the wrong movement. I think that was just terrible RNG. Like, it was really close to getting through, even with all that shit, but no, no good. you don't get nurse block every time. Or nurse push every time. There's a random component to it. Tater's strat for that, the one I just did, is pretty consistent. Like, it's a hell of a lot more consistent than what I was doing, put it that way. But, even that... Sometimes you just don't get it. Sometimes you just don't get it. It's not 100%. Nothing is ever 100% in Silent Hill 1. That's just not how the game works.
What's this?
Fire. I agree. Yeah, I don't know. I imagine the reason that it's so hard for me to sort of like broach the topic of like what the placing ideally needs to be for your GDQ submission is that I guess by and large people just don't want it to be true. I gotta broach the topic to people as like, why did my submission not get in? It's like, because someone with a faster time than you submitted it is the problem here. And you're like, well that's like, because then it's like, it's implicitly questioning their skill and like their gameplay and their ability as a runner. It's like, well, yeah, I suppose it is doing that. But what do you want from me? I don't make the fucking rules, I just explain them.
Was I dreaming?
Like I said, I've had grown men get angry at me about this. It's like, I'm not telling you that, like, I think this is the reason. I'm telling you that this is part of how it works, and you can either take it or fucking leave it. And then the discussion ends up rolling on to like, 'cause I've been through this, I've been around the block with this a few times. It ends up well, that shouldn't be how they pick runs. It's like, but what is the suggested alternative? Any other alternate system I can come up with, and believe me, I've thought about it, is like worse. Whereas like tie-breaking submissions by PB, if you have multiple submissions for the same game, is like really the only logical thing to do. Because, like, what other criteria do you, like, fucking go based off? Which one has better vibes? How do you measure that? The thing I always worry about with a vibe-based runner picking is that it just opens the door to, like, more nepotism shit. It's like, oh, what if popular runner with less good time and lesser known runner with better time submit? It's like, well, the popular person has better vibes, so pick them. But that doesn't actually happen under the current system because you actually have to back it up with skill. Of course, the caveat is that popular streamers tend to have better times and stuff because they have more time to stream and acquire the high rank. In! Yeah, I remember someone got pissy at me once about the fact that when I told them the reason that their submission for Nier ages ago, the game was Nier. But I will not tell you who. You wouldn't be able to tell any of their business information because this was like 5 years ago. So the current leaderboard does not even reflect the status of this at the moment. But anyway, whoever the fuck was trying to get Nier in was like, why didn't it take Nier? And I'm like, I looked at the leaderboard. I told them, your PB is a whole hour off the record. Does not take much to figure that out. And they got really angry at me about it. Ow. Good. The biggest joke that I can recall, have I ever thrown for content? I have not thrown for content. I'm too serious for that. But like, biggest choke? I don't know. I can't really think of, like... I don't tend to frame it that way, I guess. It's just like, I don't know, like, oh, what a choke. I did bad on the last split and lost the time. It's like, yeah, but the last split's hard. Like, I've lost runs to the last split in Silent Hill before, but the last split's also, like, difficult, so... Is it a choke? I don't know. I don't think so. The final segment of the game is just full of things that can go wrong. I've lost Silent Hill 3 runs to fucking up the final out of bounds and crashing the game. But also, the final out of bounds is really hard, so... I don't know. Like, you will fuck it up a few times. That's just something you have to come to terms with. If you're gonna run Silent Hill 3, you're gonna kill a few runs on good pace to fucking up the final out of bounds, because it's hard. I guess I don't run any games that have, like, free endings that you can fuck up dramatically. I've lost a run or two of Silent Hills 1 to the final bosses of respective categories, because when you shoot them, sometimes they don't die, but that's like a random thing. There's that slight odds the game decides to be really funny and give you a 7 shot, and it's like, well, fuck you too, buddy. Not bass. Goodbye. Why are you moving that way? Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. They mostly in the last few... The risky dodges that save time are actually mostly front-ended. They're mostly in the school. The games I'd noped out of because the tech is too finicky? Oh yeah, tons. Quite a lot of runs I've tried to do hit the cutting room floor because I don't end up liking them that much. Generally the way I do this is I do like a test run off stream. I tend to sort of like do a test run of a game off stream and then decide if I want to bring it to live, and quite a lot of runs don't make it to live. Open the fucking door, Mason! Like, oh, this angle sucks. No, it's okay, actually. I thought I was gonna bonk the door. I did not. How surprising. What didn't I learn because I thought the tech was finicky? I'm trying to think now. The problem is that like no one in chat's gonna like help me because they don't know what I've tried and like threw out. Deadly Prem's tech was not finicky. It's just a very incompetently like. Deadly Premonition's problem is not finicky speed tech. It's incompetent software. Deadly Premonition is a good game. It is terrible software. Well, this is good. Yeah, sweet sewers, no lie. I remember, here's a game I stopped running because the tech was finicky, among other things. Fucking Village. RE Village. The only meaningful out-of-bounds trick that you can do in that game is, like, just kind of finicky. Which was very annoying. Also, Doom, actually. Doom 2016 was a run that I did a couple of, like, test drives of, but that hit the cutting room floor because I just did not like glory kill clips and rail. I didn't really like any of the tech in that game, actually. Like, rail boosting irritated me, glory kill clips irritated me. I didn't like anything about it, really, as a run. So that hit the cutting room floor, and that hit it with a thud. What? Mace, what the fuck? This game sucks. That's brutal. Holy shit, this game sucks. That's fucking unreal. Well, that was a lot of time the game just fucking pissed away. To the very cool RNG input of the game just not fucking picking up the item I'm standing directly next to. Good lord. He slid past it twice. Fucking how? What the fuck? This game sucks, dude. Silent Hill 1 is also bad software, while we're on the topic. But, like, in a very different way. It runs like shit and is not very good at inputs. Well, that was tragic. I guess you could call that a choke, but, like, A, I reject that was my fault, and B, Silent Hill 1 is just like that. I didn't actually lose that much time for that. Definitely more than I needed to, though. Yep, it was bad. It nullified the pretty... Like, I mean, I got my sewers gold at least. That was a basically perfect sewers. I didn't get hit by anything. Pretty much everything got out of my way. So I get that gold. That goes on the splits. Well, hey. Isn't this the one where I got hit in the back of the head? Oh, no dog. Sometimes the dog fails to spawn in this area. I couldn't tell you why that happens, though. I held walk and the game fucking ignored it. I'm not supposed to, like, skid to a stop there. I'm supposed to, like, start walking and turn towards the door, but game ignored that input, I guess. I don't know what the timing is for it to get it to not drop it. Good. That was a bit lengthy. The unfortunate thing about this run is that last I checked, my PB is running against is running against like a gold final split, so it's actually very easy to just drop my entire lead on it. Because there are lots of things that can go wrong in the last split, and then you lose the time and you're sad about it. It's like, well, that's what happens when you're running against golden final split. Golden final split. Hi, Spooky Moo. How it go? It go. It just do. Load! Load faster! Ah! Wow. Uh-oh. Yeah, that can happen. Sometimes that dog could perfectly block you at the top of the stairs. It's really unlucky when it happens. You don't have any control over it as per the norm for enemy behavior, but it's really fucking sad when it does happen. It's a very sad story when things like that take place. Yeehaw. Goodbye.
I disagree.
Broth 24 sick.
Yeah, Roofie Angel, thank you for the 7 months. Hope it's going good. It's going well enough. Things proceed as they do.
I disagree.
Uh-oh. Oh, I still got it. I very much thought that was too early. I looked at that and I was like, I don't think that's gonna hit. But thankfully that might be like the one hitbox in the game that's actually fairly forgiving. Arcrise, thank you for the tier 1. That's very nice of you.
I disagree.
Success, success, success.
Okay, thanks for the 32 months. You guys have started the scam train. It's beginning. Choo-choo. Not take on biscuits. Biscuits are good. I wish I had more of them. Biscuit. Can you be hype about scams? We're all hype about scams in this chat. I sure as fuck do not do the word puzzle ever. Actually, you know what? Now that we mentioned it, that was one of my favorite chokes. That was the thing I can definitely categorize as a choke. One time, I was on pace for... This happened ages ago, and I haven't done it in a really long time. But one time, I was on pace, on a decent enough run, going into the final segment of this run. I got to the alert puzzle, and typed in my own name, instead of the solution to the puzzle. Ah, I got my fucking wires crossed. Okay, here's the thing. My name has the same starting 2 letters as the word alert. It's Alfie. My name's Alfie. Why am I being cagey about this? People know what my name is. I mean, well, maybe you guys don't, but my name's Alfie. Hi. Hello. Ah! But, yeah, so, like, I started typing in A, L...
I disagree.
F... And I was like, what, huh? And I was like, why the fuck didn't that activate? And I was like, oh, I just typed my name in, instead of the actual solution to the puzzle. A spooky queer hermit, thanks for giving a sub to Infant Metroid fan. That's quite the username. Good effort. Make a ROM hack to change the puzzle solution. Kind of like when you accidentally punch in your home floor in an office building elevator, assuming you live in a place that requires an elevator to reach. But yes, I imagine it is like that. Punchy hills. That was weird. Dun dun. Shh, careful. Ah, chairs. The scariest thing of all. Yeah.
did it. I took a step forward by accident. It was a really bad idea. Is that it? Is it the one? Could it be? Maybe. I'm not You can aim first person? It's not first person. It's just the camera's really fucked up there. Like, the camera is, like, inside my butt, but it's not actually first person. Except this game actually does have a first person aiming option, but that's not what I'm using. Yeah, Roofy Angel, thanks for gifting us up to Light Souls. Yeah, this was the run where I had Retzko in my shirt the whole time. This could actually be a proper PB. It could be. It could be a real, like, IGT PB, like, in general. Like, this one could go on the board. But, like, is it, though? It's, like, very borderline. Yeah, Andromeda. Could it be? Is it? Maybe? I mean, it's got to be at least a console PB, right? I think so. Man, that if this is PB, fuck that. Those sewers are something. That was a really good sewers. I don't want to run against that shit. Why does it take so long to play out on Good Plus? Hurry the fuck up. The different ending types. Bad, bad plus, good, good plus UFO. This is good plus, as in the best ending. This is why it's a separate category. Knife Garcia emote. That's a classic. Oh!